Alright, it's Friday, starting our live stream here. Been a pretty good day of flow so far, actually, after a pretty quiet week. We'll see how much we get the rest of the day. Alright, how about now, Custard? A little better? Let me know if it's a little better for you now, sound-wise. It might just be the stream kind of trying to catch up at first. And give it a couple minutes here and see what it does. How's the sound for you, Lilu? Still the same. Okay. I just want to double check with Lilu, see if it's maybe good for her, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'm going to try to mess around here in the settings and see if I can get that. Does it just sound like really choppy, Custard, or is it kind of more just like broken? Okay, I might end it and restart it here, so give me a second. Alright, hold on. Let's give it a try here again. Alright, does it sound a little better, Custard? Oh, that's why. Here, hold on. That's why it's a little choppy. Hold on here. I got it. Hold on. Okay, now it should be good to go. Now we should be good to go. For some reason, my mic switched over to the speaker, so that's why it was messed up there. Cash, what's up? Yeah, 'cause I keep my speaker on, obviously, for any of the pings that come in. Let's take a peek at these Tesla puts that just came in. Not right at the ask, but let's take a peek. These look interesting. Kind of don't like that volume before, but let's take a peek at that new volume that came in. 71, IV's up. Nope. Got that drop in that IV there and that spot price not coming at the ask. So easy one there to kind of avoid there. And again, as always, if anybody has any questions or wants flow looked up, feel free to shoot. I just want to make sure my chime's good now. Okay, let's see. Alright. There we go. My sounds should be good. Just double check there. Some adjusting here. Let's see. Okay. Alright. Should be good now. I'm just trying to make sure we're looking good here. Okay, there we go. Whoops, okay. Yeah, I know, Cash, you're on a roll this week with Asia. Scalping those futures are fun for you. I just need a break. Otherwise, I mean, if I'm doing futures, I would be gassed if I was trading futures too. But Cash out here being a teacher, teaching everybody how to trade futures. I love it. Yeah, it's a lot. Well, and then keeping up with all the earnings, especially the earnings this week. I'm waking up at like 4:35. It's I cut yeah, Custard. I won't name names, but the funny thing is they're in this Discord too. And I noticed they blocked me and they were taking all my plays that I'm posting. I'm like, interesting. I mean, I could care less. Like, if you want to help people make money, go for it. But I find it funny. So some earnings flow here. Will pass on that. I want to look at these SPY puts. Oh, I know. That's the way I was looking at it too. And then to block me, it's like, first of all, you can see blocked profiles on X now, so you can see their entire news feed. So blocking me is not going to do anything. Let's look at these 556s. Yeah, I find it funny. Hey, Joe, welcome in. And it's funny, too. This is the last thing I'll talk about it, but I had to have a talk with this person because they were messaging people in the Discord to join their Discord, and I'm like, interesting. Said if I hear one more thing that people are getting messages to join other Discords within this one, that's a big no-no. Let's look at these SPY puts, though. Joe's first stream with us, so welcome in. So I'm looking at this IV right now. So that IV drops. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, that little pop there, but not worth it. Especially when you see, well, there's a lot of put premium coming in here on SPY. How are we looking holdings? So this isn't really matching up to me. Yes, I will take a peek at Eli Lilly for you here. Give me 1 second. The SPY flow is not the best, so we will take a peek at Lilly for you. Let me just pop up a different filter. Alright, let's take a peek here. Might have to do a little adjusting. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that are trying to copy them too. I know Hims is trying to sell something too. Alright, let's take a peek here. See if there's anything interesting. Oh man, I'm tired. I can't wait for the day to be done. So a lot of 0 days here. Looks like multi-leg coming in here. Probably called debit spread. Yeah, I'm gonna say your flow is kind of mixed. Oh well, we got some longer term ask side call, or well, shorter term ask side calls. Let's see if these look like they're kind of making a move up here. So that, I'd say that feed's kind of mixed. I do wanna take a peek here for you though. See, so your highest volume on the day, let's see, your 800 put. Trying to see if anything sticks out here. Looks like a lot of this flows mixed bid side ask. I can look at these 59850 calls though. So next week, some of that's bid side too, so kind of hard to tell there. It looks like could be some small little asks in here. 850, and I mean you're not super far out of the money. Not a big multi-leg. I do want to take a peek at the gamma, just see how that's looking. A little drop in that gamma there. Earnings Wednesday, I believe they had earnings. I think it was Wednesday evening. It's a little drop in that gamma. How's that delta looking? That delta's still up. Yeah, I'm going to take a peek at the chart for you here too, Joe. Give me a second or two. Just trying to take a peek here. Where did I go? Okay, here we go. Back here. Okay. I'm going to go back in here. Sorry. Should have kept it on my other screen. Not that one. Thank God it's Friday. Okay. So we looked at that one. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of these chains today are kind of bid side, ask side mix. I'm not really seeing anything major. Maybe this 516 we can take a peek at. Here, JT, what's up? 516, 850. Yeah, kind of. It's almost mixed there. I mean, that's not a lot of volume either there. But I do want to look at one more thing here on the stock here. I just want to look at that net premium over there last week here to see what I can see. Obviously, that was probably our earnings there. So big spike. I mean, you got some call premium coming up, some call volume there. So your highest open interest, that's so that 116.26 one. Let's take a peek at that. See when this came in. Oh, these came in a while ago. Back in February. Okay, and here we go. Most of it's bid side, so glad we looked there. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything major sticking out. I mean, it's pretty much a split on ask and bid side here. I do want to look at the chart for you quick though, Joe. So let me pull up my trading view. Chart wise too. Let's see. Oh, I'm on the 1 minute. I'm like, there's an easy. See something easy there, but let's see here. Yeah, you're almost in no man's land on the chart too. I mean, you're trading right in here on the daily, kind of right between that 20, 50, and 200 day moving average. You got gaps to the upside, to the downside. That's probably why your premium's really split there too. They did beat earnings though, earnings and revenue. Hank, come here, come lay down. So yeah, I'd probably say that's almost kind of mixed there, Joe. Custard, let's look at Grab for you. I know there was some flow a couple days ago on it, but let's take a peek here if we got anything today. I know they had earnings a couple days ago too, so let's just take a peek. Let's pop this out a little bit. We had a lot of that bid side call there on Wednesday. I think that's the day they had earnings. Do not quote me 100% on that one because I did not look up their earnings. Yeah, a lot of multi-leg stuff here, but let's take a peek at. Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about those stocks under $10. They're very, very slow movers. But let's take a peek here for you. Yeah, I mean, your biggest day here obviously doesn't get a lot of premiums here. Looks like your big jump in your net call premium there. Call premiums dumped there a little bit. Everything else is kind of flat though. But it looks like kind of recovering. 1 second. Hey, what are you eating? Where are you? Sorry. What are you eating? You look suspicious. Sorry, the dog was chewing on something. You look suspicious over there. What are you looking at me like that for? Okay. Anyways. So let's come back here. Okay, well, this is interesting. Your highest volume contract on the day. 10,000 on that 516 5.5 call. Let's take a peek at these. So this one would be one you'd have to kind of check. 9, and they're such slow movers, and you're probably not going to see much out of that. What? 1 second here. Hey, get off that. Come here. Stop eating my pens. Okay. Sorry, the dog's trying to eat pens here. Oh, I'll tell you, a puppy's fun for a while, and then they just don't stop. And you can hear the squeak toy. Okay. Yeah, this one's a little, oh, and it's 47% multi-leg too, so probably wouldn't look at that. Yeah, a lot of bid side stuff here. Let's look at the gamma for you. Hey, lay down. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Yeah, your gamma's spiking up here. I mean, daily gamma's been increasing since, looks like it's increased every day since the 22nd here. Just doing a quick look. Yeah, I mean, your gamma's spiking here. Delta's all the way up too. That's a tough one. I know. I am going to go back here into my filter because I remember seeing something a couple days ago. So the 7 calls the 9, 12, 17, 27s. That bid ask is pretty big there. We'll see if they're still in. They should still be in. 145 there. Yeah, it looks like they're mostly still in, not multi-leg, or no multi-leg either. Yeah, this would probably be your best bet here, Custard. But long time to wait on something like that. All right, let's clean up some of this stuff in here. Let's see, how about these Toast 5934 calls earnings flow? We'll take a peek at it just to do something. Let's see, probably big multi-leg. Not super big. IV's kind of all over the place too. I mean, anything with earnings is going to be kind of strange like that. Trying to see what that premium was on there. 171,000. Not huge premium. Yeah, there just hasn't been a lot of good flow this afternoon. Yeah, that earnings flow, I kind of like to see more volume and higher premium there. Something that sticks out more. What are you sitting there for? Come here. Lay down. Hey, buddy. Come here. Yeah, we'll see what... It's been quiet now. Of course, that's the thing. Start doing the stream and then it gets quiet. Looks like market's coming back, pulling down a little bit now. We're not 36 million. Yeah, this is the, I mean, obviously the volume's going to be elevated here with all that tariff stuff, but if you're ignoring the macro side of things, that's some declining volume on the way up, so something to keep in mind there to keep watching too. But. next week we have FOMC too, so that's going to be interesting. Going to see that hold, but I'd like to see what Powell's going to say about the contracting economy and the jobs being up a little bit today. A lot of bid side puts coming in here. Alright, let's take a peek at these. 11 days, yeah, earnings. Yeah, that bit, the premium selling stuff, I'm very selective on the bid side stuff that I post. I like to kind of make sure, because people usually play call or buy calls or buy puts. There's not a ton of people that sell premium, but it's you got to kind of really know what you're doing if you're taking the bid side stuff. So I kind of like to find stuff that looks like it's going to bounce versus just chop and collect premium. The dog's just sitting here just staring at me. He hasn't been down here for a stream yet, I don't think. Does anybody have any flow or anything they want me to pull up while we wait for anything to come in? Because it's just kind of quiet now. Tides, let's see. Call premium's still up. I mean, that put premium's kind of creeping up. Mostly SPY. Google, yes I can for you. I believe... Perfect. I will grab Google and I'll do ASTS for you. So Google, I'm going to say that oil's probably getting out here. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of action here on those weeklies, but that original oil, 4,500 contracts. Got about 5,600 here coming in at the bid. Going to say they're probably going to be exiting here. Could be exiting here at the ask too. Won't really know fully until Monday, but I'm going to make a good guess that with them being weeklies and theta picking up on there, it's multi-leg now too. So I'm going to say they're probably getting out there. Let's do ASTS now. Alright, let's take a peek. So earnings 19 days. Let's see, bid side puts. Some ask side calls coming in here a little earlier in the day. A lot of multi-leg stuff here. Some more ask side calls for today. I bet those ran. Yep. Ask side puts 14 days out, and you're going to obviously see some, well, not overlapping earnings flow yet. Yeah, that flow's almost mixed from this morning. Let's see. Yeah, your call premiums are starting to dip to the bid side. But let's take a peek at Gamma for you. I mean, your Gamma's spiking there. Delta's up too. Could see it maybe run a little bit more. But not sure how much more room we'll have until earnings pass. Let's see, I want to take a peek at. It looks like your 0 days were the big ones here on the ask side. Bid side puts here. Yeah, let's see. And this one's a really slow moving contract, something you probably wouldn't grab. These could be getting sold at the ask too. Alright, and I heard a ding. Yeah, so I'm gonna say probably nothing really sticking out on ASTS there. Especially with earnings coming up. I heard a ding here. APD. So premium's good, but that bid ask is massive there. Just had earnings. It's a floor trade. Let's see. Well, see, then it's interesting here. You have all this flow, and then you see that IV drop right when that flow comes in. You know it's not right at the ask here. You're up about 2% on the day. Could be selling a little closer to the ask, but these I'd probably say could be sells at the ask. Just with that bigger spread there. What's up, wannabe? Yeah, just not a ton. Yeah, when that flow is that wide apart, or the bid ask is that wide, you're gonna. I mean, even if you hit the ask, you're gonna be probably down 30-40% right away. Keep an eye on the dog. I see him walking around like, hey, you just went to the bathroom. You just went to the bathroom, pal. You take a nap. You look tired. Oh, good boy. Oh, God. This dog. Oh, he has got the worst toots. He just ripped one. Oh, man. I've never had a dog that has had this bad of toots. Ooh. Makes your eyes water, man. Yeah, just kind of a quiet afternoon now. That flow, and even our flow for the week, it's just hasn't been a lot of good flow. But JT, I know we were talking about the Carvana stuff. I'm mad because I sold these for a loss. That was your whale entry at 217. Kind of chopped in here and then hit actually 740 yesterday because they went in the money. Yeah. And that's funny that I instantly, when I saw those, I was like, when I saw those come in, I was like, that's absolutely unusual. It's coming in way above the ask like that. Yeah, those things just ran instantly. Even the IBITs, I mean, 420, they're 442-ish. The NUEs, those things chopped for a little bit and then popped. United Healthcare popped. Google popped. Amazon. This was kind of an odd one. I mean, 438. They ran kind of quick there, 477, but looks like they're still in. I mean, 390, 77 days. Not multi-leg yet either. The SMCI, yeah, we didn't even have anything yesterday that showed up. When I was putting everything in the spreadsheet, I was like, where's my 5-1 stuff? I mean, that's the first day I don't think I've actually found anything. Yeah. Those long-term Microsoft calls that came in yesterday for mid-October, those things 15-18% today, I think. I want to go back here. So the SMCIs, I got some of these and I sold yesterday stupidly. But, I mean, nice move on those. Nike, that thing ripped too. I mean, 82 hitting 165 over 100% today. Tesla, these ripped too. IWM puts, these are now multi-leg, but I mean, when these came in here on the 1st, Wait, why are they showing the first here? Hold on. 1 second. 429. So, okay, there we go. I was like, I'm pretty sure they ran more than that. So 397. That whale exited here. Same day, like break even. Kind of a dumb move. Well, let's come back here. 429. Yeah, I don't know why. Probably shouldn't have exited there because I mean 397 and they opened up at 560. Same with the 186s. 429, 378 opened up at 509. The Carvana, I can't look at this one again because that's annoying. The UNPs, nice little move on those. 174, 270 today. Yet hitting, hey, that's almost a perfect week on the flow, except these Amazons. I'll take that for how slow and crappy this week's been. But yeah, I know I saw those. I scalped the Google calls a little bit today, JT, but that's about all I traded. And the funny thing is, I didn't get into the Google calls until because that first one was that 84 entry. Actually, I'll come back to the flow and show you. So the Google, so I saw those first ones, the 84s are the one that I popped, and I was like, crap, I missed it. I saw those come in at 94 on the same strike. I was like, yep, I am going to chase those for quick 10%. But I was playing light. I'm like, there's a lot of flow coming in. I don't want to get distracted. I was mad that I missed it on that first entry, though. But yeah, even just looking through the flow, I mean, today, I mean, you had your Amazon puts come in. Uber, you have earnings. Baba, you have earnings. Oh, hey, there's some ASTSs for you, Lilu. I don't know why these ones didn't show up on my 105 days out, that's why. Let's take a peek at these. Okay, circling back to Lilu's question. So this one, can't really tell you because it's coming in as that block trade. Can't really read that full flow, but I'm going to probably assume could be... And this one, it's harder to tell because you're up 16% on the day, so everybody's going to be hitting that ask. Yeah, that one I probably would still continue to say I'd personally avoid it, but could be buys here because you have that 256. Looks like you got a big chunk of bid side at 290, so it could be taking some off there. Microsoft, getting longer term ones. Microsoft is going to probably be an easy trade for a while because that dip is going to keep getting bought probably. I said, oh, the dog's getting ready to sleep. Good boy. Oh, I can't wait for the weekend. I got a lot of yard work I got to do, though. Yeah, and next week for earnings, come over here and pull it up. I mean, next week earnings aren't super bad. I mean, Palantir, these are just your big ones. I mean, we're through a good chunk of them. I mean, you only got 19% of the holdings reporting next week, down from 25. Yeah, that thing ran quick. But yeah, AMD is probably your big one next week. AMD, Palantir would be your big two, I'd say, next week. Oh, crap. Oops, I accidentally exited out of Discord. I'm like, uh-oh, there goes the stream. Nope, we're good. Yeah, I know, Joe, those things were very quick. And I saw these, too, a little bit ago, but you're not coming in right at that ask. You're right between that bid and ask. And I mean, it's big chunk of it's bid side, so it's like you want to post as much flow as you can, but if it's not there, I mean, can't do it. Can't do it. I'm going to go back and look at those HUMs again. Yeah, that thing was just... Well, we can take a peek at Costco for you. Yeah, and when this one came in, I mean, this thing is just textbook. I mean, 68.43, little drop in that IV there, but you see when the big, large flow comes in, huge spike in the IV there, then another spike there. I mean, that thing, that screamed buys on the day, especially because we were just kind of chopping and down. Let's look up Costco. And let me actually pop the market tide in quick too. Didn't realize it's 2 o'clock. Alright, I need to switch this quick so it shuts up. Okay. Let me pop the tide in here quick. Give me 1 second. Let's see. All right. Okay, let's take a peek at cost. And I typed it a little quick. All right, we got earnings 27 days. Let's drop this down a little bit. I'm going to probably tell you right away it's going to be mixed, but we'll take a peek. Multi-leg puts here. Yeah, it's just, what do we got? Put credit spread. Got some ask side calls here a little bit earlier. What if they moved? That's going to be messy flow there. Deep in the money calls just coming in, and that's I ignore that deep in the money stuff. Well, looks like we had the dividend come up too. I think the dividend was this week. Let me do some more research here for you though. And I just like to pop this out 7 days just to kind of get that view. Because, I mean, if you're looking at the 1 day, that's fine for intraday. Because it's, I mean, you see this and you're like, wow, look at that net call premium. That spiked. But then you pop it out a little bit. I mean, this one spiked a little bit more today. But, I mean, compared to some of the other days, I mean, big spikes back here. A lot of call premium there. Call premium there. Looking about a little more bullish there. See your highest volume. A lot of 0 days coming in. Those 14. Let's look at these 1050s. Yeah, a little more ask side here, but I mean, you're just not seeing a ton of that volume, and it's not one whale. That's the only issue. But Costco, everybody loves Costco. Let's get your gamma for you. Yeah, I mean, gamma's trending up. Your delta's trending up. Your price is a little higher than that delta though. But then your price is a little lower than your gamma there. So a little tougher on that one. Obviously earnings are gonna be your big make or break there. But I mean, ever since the 23rd here, looks like you're increasing daily on the gamma each day, and I mean, good sign there, but price is following pretty close. Yeah, I'm going to probably lean mixed on this one just because there's so much multi-leg stuff on that. It's not a ton coming in. You're out of the money. Call premiums are dropping to the bid side now. How do we look on a 7 day basis today, though? Yeah, I mean, and JT, I know you said this a little bit earlier. I mean, you're pretty flat in here for middle of the week. But I really do like that update where they have the all and the out of money on the same thing. It's way easier to do that instead of just kind of come in here and click and then got to switch over to the all. I like seeing it on that same overlap. Makes it a lot easier to see where your premiums are going. It looks like your put premiums are getting up there because of SPY. And I know we looked at SPY, but like that SPY put premiums up, but then you look at your holdings again and doesn't match up. So somebody's going to be wrong. How are we looking ETF wise? Apple's the only thing getting crushed today. And it's just so weird with earnings how you can beat earnings, beat revenue, and then just get crushed. I mean, there's different things obviously contributing to it, but that's just funny when it's one big thing dropping us, and that's not even getting a lot of impact there either. I kind of want to take a peek at it. Welcome in 3 steps. Take a closer look at Apple here because this is interesting. Yeah, I mean, your put premiums are still up, but that volume's not really there. And that call premium kind of picked up here end of the day. Yeah, that's interesting. That'll be dip bot eventually. We'll see how if anything good comes in here. A lot of multi-leg stuff. Yes, I can. Yes, I can here. Let's see if you tell me the puts that came in, Joe, I can actually look up the exact puts that you're looking at. Give you a second here. I see you're typing. Okay, I will take a peek for you. No problem. No problem. Let's see. So you might have seen puts drop there, but let's take a peek. It could be bid side puts that you've seen, but let's take a peek. And there you go, 1403, a little bit ago. This is probably what you're seeing right here. A lot of these bid side puts here on that 523.865 opening. So these almost look, yeah, these are put sells. They're selling these they're selling these puts. So they are, okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking it over right now. Just kind of taking a peek. But yeah, this is what you saw pop on that tide. Yeah, that IV's dropping. Oh, they're thinking Eli Lilly's gonna rock it because we're at 825. Yeah, I was looking at that strike and the current price, and I was like, what is that? I had to think for a second. Brain isn't working too good on a Friday. But yeah, I mean, your IV kind of pops a little bit there, but drops and then drops up there. Yeah, these are put sells. And they're obviously, you would consider these. out of the money. Yeah, so what you saw there when you were looking at that tide, that's your bid side puts there, so that's why you saw that big drop in that net put premium there. So hopefully that helps you there a little bit, Joe. Let's see. Yep. Whenever I so when this is how I try to explain like selling premium. So like if you're selling puts or selling calls, like if you're selling puts, you want those contracts to decay essentially. So if you're selling puts, you want that stock to go up, or it can be neutral. Like that stock price could stay the complete same for 30 days, and those contracts are going to get ate away by theta. So they're trying to collect that premium. So that's kind of why I'm like, I don't always want to post that bid side flow, because it's a lot of people don't understand it. Which, I mean, it is kind of confusing, especially if you're newer to trading, because you're like, well, they're selling them, so the stock has to go up. Like, no, they can still become profitable on that trade if they're selling premium, because you just want theta to eat the contracts away. So selling puts would be bullish to neutral. Selling calls would be bearish to neutral, if that makes a little more sense to you. Oh, man. I'm just happy the dog's knocked out right now. Finally got tired and fell asleep. Watching the same stream as me, probably. Oh, and I moved in the chair and he wakes up and looks. And that's funny, because whenever I remember when we got him, I was like, oh, Hank's going to save the market. Well, we're back to that level above the Liberation Day. So he saved the market. Yeah, just quiet afternoon. How we doing? Yeah, I mean, pretty range based now. Gonna be interesting though, because you're coming into this little supply zone. Have to see what happens. It's in at 40 million on the day. And next week we should be able to get back to some more swing setups too. This week was not a week for swinging anything. So it doesn't have to get to 865. Let me go back to them. Let me go back to them and find them. So like Lily could just chop where it's at right now, and those contracts will, because theta eats away contracts, you're gonna oh, here we go. Okay, So let's, so 21 days out. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull it up in here, because it'll be a little easier to explain this way. So 21 days out. These are the 865 puts. So they're selling in the money puts. So usually in the money, kinda, it's a little, I try to avoid in the money puts, but so let's just say we look at this. So you have a theta of 49 on these. You're going to be losing. So let's just say Eli Lilly didn't, we just stayed at this 825 level for the next 10 days. Those contracts are going to erode by about 50. So actually, here, I got a better idea. I will show you it this way. I'll show you it this way. Be a little easier here. So let's see. Let's see, where is my... I don't want to do naked. Let me just... We'll do it this way. Okay. So, Lily, let me just get this set up here. So, 8, close enough. You're writing those puts. Options, those are the, again, 523, 865, 523, 865 puts. So I want to see that amount here. So they're writing 400 of them. We're just going to do 400 to make it even. So let's take a peek here. So you can see here, so this is your thing. So obviously if Eli Lilly goes up, you're going to collect that premium. Now you can see here as we get closer to that expiration, that premium starts, even if we just stay at this level, that premium starts to increase because theta is eating away those contracts. So if they, if the contracts expire technically out of the money at that time, they would collect all that premium. But if they expire in the money, they could be planning to exercise and sell them at that price or buy them back. It's the deeper in the money stuff gets a little kind of tougher to explain what their strategy is. But essentially, this is probably the easiest way to explain it. Just we'll pretend Eli Lilly is going to stay here that entire time. So you can see, obviously, as we get closer to the end there, they start collecting that premium here. What is going on here? I think somebody butt dialed the voice chat. Yep, somebody butt dialed the voice chat. Okay. But yeah, so Joe, hopefully that makes a little more sense. The deeper in the money stuff's a little tougher to kind of work with and explain. Just like if you're out of the money, like let's say they were selling the 810 puts and you're at 825 right now. They're not expecting it to get to that price. Otherwise, if they do get below that price, they have to buy it back at that essentially. So that selling premium is kind of a whole different animal versus buying calls, selling, and buying puts, all that. Different, especially if it's in the money deeper like that too. That's kind of why I'm like, I avoid some of that just because it can be a little more difficult to understand what they're doing. But hopefully that makes a little more sense to you. That already almost 2:30. Time for that final tide. Yeah, it's a little confusing. can be a little confusing. That out of the money premium's a lot easier to kind of figure out what the whale would be looking for. All right, let's get this in here. All right, final tide of the day. And I don't know, something tells me we're not going to see a lot of action coming in here into close. Just taking a peek. Earnings Monday. Just a lot of that earnings flow. I'm guessing next Tuesday is going to be pretty muted with FOMC on Wednesday. But I'd like to see if I can find something after hours today for maybe a swing setup heading into from Monday to Tuesday. See if we can find some short-term flow. Oh, man. And if anybody has anything they want me to look up instead of just kind of sit here, I feel like I should be... Oh, I heard a ding. Oh, MicroStrategy. Here we go. Never mind. But we're coming in pretty much not right at the ask here. It's not big size, but we'll take a peek at it. Something to do. Pretty far out of the money, too. Theta is going to be aggressive on those. That net call premium spiking, but it's dropping kind of quick there. Let's see. So 88.09. Yeah, flow reads as a buy when it comes in. I just don't. Okay, let's see. We're coming in at the ask there. I want to see where that spread widens. You're coming at the ask mostly here, and then a little bit. It's not massive here where it's a lot of size there. I just don't like it going in over the weekend being that far out of the money. Kind of falling a little bit there, but if it was a little more size too, and you got about 12% multi-leg there too. If it was like Monday or Tuesday, I'd probably post something like that, but not heading into the week and being that far out of the money. Because, even if you look at the contracts here, let's pop it in here. You need, so what's Monday, the 5th? So the 5th, you need a 7% drop to even see some profit. So that's kind of why I'm like, probably avoid that. And you look at your delta and theta here, your theta is higher than your delta. I typically won't like swinging something like that over the weekend, but MSTR is a little different too. That thing can move a lot. But yeah, that 7% drop over the weekend, that's probably a little unlikely. No watch will drop that much over the weekend. Because if you look at it, I'm just dropping here. Could be looking just for a little end of the week sell off too. Because, oh, hey, that's a new news assistant. Oh, I want to take a peek at this. Sorry. Cool. More news. Like if we're looking at the 14 days, let's see, I want to come back here. 14 days, 310. 14 days, 310. Come here. Okay. So here's where our whale came in. So there's our whale. Nope, here's our whale, sorry. 1,000 contracts, 195. Just trying to see if it moves a little bit. I mean, you're dropping, and yeah, I mean, you need a pretty decent move on that. So they were, what, 193? If you were going to buy it now, I mean, you'd have to get that ask. I mean, it's a small little pump. My guess, they might just be looking for that end of the day sell-off there. I mean, clearly see we're dropping a little bit there. Is the whole market dropping? Let's see. Not really. Man, this was a choppy afternoon. Where is that ding? Bid side. Apple calls and not a lot of premium. Just want to see if these move a little bit. And you can see, I mean, you need a drop on these because, I mean, 7 days ago, I mean, could be profitable. That's one of those where, see, obviously, well, shut me up there because it dropped kind of quick there. Sideshow, what's up? Yeah, it's starting to drop a little bit there. Like I said, it looked like a buy, but going into the weekend, if we would have just chopped, not really worth it. Not really worth it. Some IWM puts came in here. I bet these are multi-leg. Bet you anything. Wow, what a good educated guess. Seems like the IWM puts that always hit the feed, always have some multi-leg to them. It's very rare that I see something that's just a straight 0% multi-leg with IWM, and couldn't tell you why. That's just odd to me. Good premium there, though. I just want to see if these move a little bit. Yeah, well, there's your dump. Crazy how accurate some of these people are, though. I mean, got these at 230, 235. There's your right before the, I mean, a minute before the dump. That, I mean, that's just insane how some of these, how good these whales are, some of them. And then you have other whales that just miss and have horrible fills. What's this? Nike asked President Trump for tariff exemptions. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that coming up, too. Oh, yeah, pretty quiet otherwise. Just trying to see if these move a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that thing kind of dropped there. Well, at least we got something to watch in live time there. Market's popping up a little bit there. Saw a change there. Yeah, nice little sell off there. $5 drop there. Let's see. So Upstart earnings obviously Monday, Tuesday. Well, that's a big spike in put premium there for the earnings. Just like to look at some of the earnings flow just for giggles here every once in a while. Oh, dropping that IV when it came in. Yeah. And it's not really matching my weeklies for earnings. 260, yeah. And that earnings flow is usually a gamble anyways. But that's interesting, that big spike in that put premium. I'm trying to see if these made a move. Coming right back up. Multi-leg 5 trade coming in. Oh, here we go. So a little better here. See, 205 puts. Well, see, those are so far out of the money, and the size isn't really there. We'll take a peek at them just for fun. Oh, what's this? Hold on. Temu announces that it is halting all direct shipping from China due to the ongoing tariff situation. Ooh, it's gonna suck for the Temu people. Like to buy off Temu. I have to tell the girlfriend after. She's gonna be like, "What the hell?" So spiking that IV. I mean, man, that looks like a read. I mean that. That Ivy pops. Uh-oh. Jim Cramer said there won't be a recession. You know what that means? Take everything out. Just here comes the worst recession of all time. Here comes the Great Depression, Part 2. And the strategy is kind of dropping a little bit. Oh, man. And if anybody has any flow or anything they want to pull in before we get a little closer to close, too, just feel free to drop it in the chat. Just 'cause it's so quiet. I hate having the dead air here where it's just, oh, nothing coming in. NVIDIA. Let's do NVIDIA. And I know earnings towards the end of the month here. Let's see. Just a lot of ask side and bid side calls, it looks like. Not seeing a lot of puts. Multi-leg here. Some repeated hits on the 0-day calls here. Obviously, wouldn't be chasing those. And just a lot of multi-leg, but seeing a lot of calls, ask and bid side. Not really seeing any puts at all. That's interesting to me. I do want to take a peek at. I'm sure our Tide. Oh, Tide tells a whole different story on that one. I'll pop that up for you. Give me a second here. Just trying to look at that. Actually, we'll pop here 7 days. So for 516. Yeah, I mean, your call premiums were up a lot. Put premiums kind of coming back. That put volumes picking up too. That's interesting there. Let me, for 516, was it the 110 calls? I'm gonna guess it's probably the 110 calls here because that's my highest chain. We'll take a peek for you. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of volume on that thing. We'll try a different one. Hold on. Was there a certain strike that you saw? The 100 put and the 99 put. Okay. For 516. So we'll do the 100 put first. And then we will do the 99 put. All right, let's look at the 100 put here. So yeah, there's just so much volume on these where it makes it kind of tough, but let's see what we can find. 14 days, okay, we'll go 7 so I can kind of see. This looks like maybe an entry here. 121 could be an exit there. This is just speculating because there's so much volume on here. It's just hard to kind of know where they're going and all that. I mean, then some here at 263. I mean, my guess would be those bigger spikes probably taking profits here on those. Let's do the 99. So this one's a little easier to read. So we're going to say May 1st was their entry. So you're at 45% multi-leg now. 80, 68, 63, 73. Yeah, I mean, these 43. Then you got it being multi-leg. A little tougher there. I wonder, let's see if this is our multi-leg spot. Oh, I was like, what is that noise? It's the dog snoring. He is out. It's what I'm about to do in about 10 minutes or so. Let's take a little nap because I'm gassed too. Yeah, I mean, that looks like a buy there, wannabe. But it's just hard to... I mean, it all carried over. I'm trying to find where the multi-leg part is on it. Come here. Let's do it like this. Let's see. Multi-leg, multi-leg. Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. Come here. So we'll try it here and give it a shot. Come on. Just remove that time filter. Okay, thank you for not messing up. Let's look at the multi-leg. Okay. I'm just trying to find where I see that volume. Okay, probably down in here. So it's looking like a put debit spread here. You just come in here. Just trying to see. Yeah, I mean, they're expecting a drop here. Maybe could be expecting news. I mean, the flow looks good on those 99 puts. That 100 put was a little too messy, but besides that multi-leg, I'd say these are buys. 14 days too, and what was the theta on those? I'm sure theta's a little aggressive on those. Okay, I gotta get out of this because that keeps popping. Yeah, when it comes, like the hundreds and all, that's kind of those psychological kind of strikes. 100, the 50, 150, those even numbers like a 99, that's just kind of odd. We got 14 days. Again, towards the bid. I want to see if these micro strategies moved. Okay, yeah. Well, see, it shut me up there. Whatever. We had a decent day into the end of the week. That thing's selling off into close. Ooh, so is the market. Oh, I was like, so is the market. No, it's just... Well, I guess the market is too. Alright, well, I'm going to shut up because I was just wrong there twice. I did say, I'll give myself a little pat. I did say I'd read them as a buy if it was like a Monday or Tuesday. Small pat on the back. I'll do it like some politicians like to give themselves a small pat on the back, even if they didn't really do anything. I just saw a meme on the Cramer thing about him saying that there's not going to be a recession. Jim Cramer, April 11th, 1912, in front of the Titanic. This ship is unsinkable. Oh, 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. Have a good weekend, JT. Just bid side stuff. The dog is passed out right now. I'm gonna kill the last 10 minutes here and post a little pic here for everybody. Thing is just knocked out. I could use an app too, so he's got the right idea. Hey, let's look at these hood puts. 41, not right at the ask, but let's take a peek. These look interesting. Yeah, he was just running around, going crazy a little bit ago, trying to eat everything. Alright, let's come down. I'm going to probably say no right away because I see that IV just popping around 66.50. Okay, well, IV's increasing. $66, 67, come back down here. So that IV drops there. IV comes back up. Drops a little more, drops there. I'm trying to see where it wasn't at the ask fully, if it was a big amount there. don't see where it's missing at the ask. Probably on that first page. Probably gonna show it there. Little there. Let's go back here and look. It's not even gonna show bid. Yeah, that's a tougher one where that IV kind of bounces around. Most of the time when you're looking at flow, you're looking for flow, excuse me. Flow that is, I mean, you're just trying to find what's wrong with the flow more than anything. Alright, how are we looking going into close? Oh, back up. Tide-wise, yeah, I mean, your premiums are just, I mean, your all premiums, all call premiums just kind of dropped a little bit there. Those put premiums have been flat. I mean, they're moving in tandem almost. Out of the money sitting bid side. ETF flow. Again, here's your pop quiz. Why don't we like this one? That spot's coming in right between that bid and ask. So that's a pass there. Well, got through a really busy week. Oh, let's see. Let me pop that back in there for Singe here. I gotta see which one he did. If it was the 187 he asked about, let's see. 187. And this is one where that original whale exited, so. Oh wait, I gotta pop this back a little bit more for him. Okay. Alright, let's see. Circle this a little bit for him here. My crappy artwork. Let's see. Alright, let's see. I heard a couple dings. Nike 7 days. So again, over the weekend, a lot of volume on these already. Yeah, tough. I just not a fan of it coming in over the weekend. Now we'll probably wrap up here. I'm probably not going to post any other flow for the day. I mean, coming into the weekend, so I'll have this is recorded, so I'll post it here again if anybody wants to review it or anything, and then I'll have the flow recap up a little bit later and get everything else up. But all right, everybody, have a great weekend.